Hello, Soul Family.
Hello, everyone. How's everyone doing?
How are you, Soul Family? We love you. We are so basking in the sun today in Croatia. It's a gorgeous summer day. It's so beautiful. We're 10 days away to the New Earth Music Festival. 10 days. Oh my God. After all the hard work, now the fun part begins. We've been working hard. We have people flying over from all over the world, DJs, workshop facilitators, yoga facilitators. Like, we're just so excited. And most importantly, what we're excited about is what we're being shown, the amount of portals, like the portals and the amount of light that Croatia has. And the reason why we're here is being shown to us now as the festival is approaching. It's just magical to see all of this unfold. We've been shown that there's like a lot of portals, a lot of vortices in this area. There's a lot of nodes, a lot of codes, a lot of activations, a lot of upgrades. And we're being shown that the land spirits have left this land because of the war energies of 1990, because of the tyranny, the manipulation, the even people here are very unconscious. So when we were guided to come here, Siman and I had no idea why we were coming to Croatia. And now it's making so much sense. We're here to do land work. We're here to raise the vibration of this land. We're here to anchor the codes of the into the Christ consciousness grid, the highest codes of the fifth dimensional frequencies of love, peace, harmony, joy, abundance, and all of that. And we've anchored at least 8, maybe more pillars of light. Anywhere we go, we're suddenly guided, like, do it here. So we take our crystals, Saman and I do a ceremony, and we anchor these crystals into Gaia, and we create a pillar of light. And we're being shown that all of these are getting activated. And you want to tell them how the galactic ships actually connect to these crystals from the motherships?
Yeah, definitely. We're being shown that the main reason for us doing the New Earth Music Festival is because right now the most important service that we can carry out for humanity is for activating all the nodes and chakra points of planet Earth, which have been dormant for so long. And in the beginning, we were just following our guidance, but now we're being shown more and more how important this mission is. And mainly, what that means is that humanity is the key holder. Humanity is sort of like we're genetically imbued with the frequencies that match the keys that Gaia needs. So without us, Gaia cannot ascend.
And just take
Without
that in for a moment.
Exactly, that's a very
Take that
important
in for a
statement that I
moment.
just made.
Humanity, humans are the key holders. And we can only access those keys through our heart. We can only access those keys through our consciousness. So when we raise our consciousness and we actively work on our ascension, we suddenly become a match to open these portals through the keys of consciousness, through our vibration, through our sacred space in the heart chamber, really.
Yeah.
And this is why it brings us to this topic we're going to talk about, which we'll get into in a second.
Yeah, exactly. So basically, when we do these New Earth music festivals or when lightworkers hold any physical gathering on a certain node point, on an energy vortex or a ley line or chakra point of planet Earth, what that really equates to is that it's like we're doing a round table and we're saying certain activations and prayers and hymns. And there's actually certain protocols also for land healing that we get into in more detail in our festival, and we air it live so people who are remote can also participate and contribute their energy to this very important ascension work. So the way it works is that when we gather physically in a certain node point, we say our prayers and intentions and they go into the grids of Gaia, and the galactic ships then overlight us. The galactic ships are currently numbering in the thousands, hundreds of thousands.
Around Earth.
There's Andromedan ships, there's Syrian ships, there are Arcturian ships, there are Pleiadian ships. They're all of our galactic families are surrounding Earth, but they can only surround Earth. They cannot interfere with our free will because the law of free will dictates that humanity is on their own in the stellar activation cycle that is taking place from 2000, the year 2000 to 2017 is a stellar activation cycle, which means Gaia needs to turn on all of her codices in order to ascend. And this is a very important period. So in 2017, Gaia successfully passed the marker, and most of the groundwork that needed to be done was done. But now we're in the second phase of the stellar activation cycle, where we need to activate all of the dormant vortices, dormant chakra points, dormant nodes, and ley lines. And there are certain points on Earth which have been tampered with by negative extraterrestrial beings. So we have to basically gain the knowledge. We have to awaken our memories. We have to awaken our DNA by doing conscious light work, by cleansing our bodies and doing spiritual work, and cleansing our thoughts and emotions, and leading a life in harmony with divine spirit, and bringing spirit into our own life, and thereby acting as agents of God on earth. When we align our will with divine will, we become like the walking lightning rods of God. We become agents of the light who can literally, with our intention, activate these dormant nodes and vortices. So when we gather in a physical circle with a couple of people, like it takes three people at a minimum, but we have huge gatherings. We have like 150 people usually showing up to our events. So that makes it very powerful. And then we use powerful master crystals. These are Vogel crystals. These are also coded to the harmonics of the earth. This is a 144 sided Vogel, and that's a 88 sided Vogel. This carries the energies of Archangel Metatron, that carries the energy of
Archangel
Archangel Michael.
Michael.
So these crystals also help us connect with the angelic realm. So we create a rainbow bridge. And when we say our prayers and intentions, then the galactic ships can then intervene on our behalf, because they have the actual higher technologies. We are just the key holders who say the commands. But when
Yes.
we say free Gaia, let all that is false and dark be revealed, let humanity ascend, may we remember the truth of who we are. And when we say powerful prayers,
In a sacred container.
in a very sacred container,
Yes.
when we say all these prayers and commands, then the galactic ships can then activate their beams of light and lower down pillars of light, and open up these dormant vortices that have been, where energy of Gaia has been intentionally tampered with for,
And stuck.
yeah, stuck and tampered with for hundreds of thousands of years. And that was done intentionally by the negative beings, so that humanity does not ascend, so that the planet does not ascend. And why do they want the planet to not ascend? Is because Earth is one of the most powerful, strategically, the most powerful portal in the universe. Whoever controls Earth gains dominion over this entire universe. So the Dark Ones are in a race for control over the portals of the Earth, but they need humanity to stay alive and give away our free will. They cannot do it on their own, because we're the key holders. So their main mission is to keep humanity in a state of sleep, so that we keep on just going on with our daily lives, daily routine. And when it comes time to sign off our free will to a one world government, we say, you know what? Yeah, let these people take care of all the world management. We'll just work 9 to 5 and continue paying our bills,
Or even
because
if they say get a jab so you can travel to your sister's wedding, you're like, oh gosh, it's so convenient. Let's just get it and let's just
exactly,
travel.
what's the big deal?
It's fine. Let's just do it. Let's just do this. And this is the state of humanity right now.
And
And
tell
this
them
is
why our implants make us behave
and
this way.
basically this is what we're moving away from, and this is why the ascension energies are going in such full force right now, because there is literally a spiritual war, a psychological war taking place for control of planet Earth, for control of humanity. Earth also, like when you look at from a higher vantage point, Earth is, so you know how you go on highways, and then there's toll highways where you pay a little bit of money and you go on toll highways. Earth in the galaxy is on a very, very powerful toll highway. That's the easiest way I can put it. So there's a lot of easy access to Earth, and everybody in the galaxy has their eyes on Earth, the dark, the light, everyone. And humans, the inhabitants of Earth, are so powerful, but our DNA has been mutated from 12 strands to 2 strands, and many of us are now back to 3 strands. Many of us are back to 4 or 5 strands. But our goal is to go back to becoming fully functional, fully healed Adam Kadmon beings with a fully 12 strands of DNA activated so we can go further and further into our ascension. And this brings us to our topic of implants, devices, and J seals. Many of you may have heard of these, many of you may be hearing of these for the first time, but there's a lot of technology that has been placed in human beings in past lifetimes. It's what in past lifetimes, due to karmic contracts and oaths we have ourselves signed off with negative extraterrestrials, where we've made contracts with them saying, okay, free us this time and we'll allow you to place an implant or a J seal in our light body.
And
So
a lot of times it was also done without our consent.
most of the time was
Yeah.
done, yes. So basically all these implants and J seals are in our light body. They're dormant, but they're also very active. And what I mean by that is that they're always present. Now you might wonder, do I have a J seal? Like you might, whoever is watching, everyone in humanity, every
Everyone is
single
affected.
one of the 8 billion or however many people are here on earth has J seals. It could be the highest light workers, it could be the highest vibrational souls. And Siman and I, one of our training from day one has been in implant removal, has been in J seals
This is our area of
removal.
expertise because this is one of the most important missions on Earth to help remove these implants. Because without removal of these implants, humanity cannot ascend.
And they cannot be removed in any form other than a healing. We, Siman and I, so let me tell you a personal story. Siman and I have gone through immense healing in the last 7 years or 7 to 10 years, where our implants have been removed one by the ascended masters, by Archangel Metatron, by Lord Metatron, by Sanat Kumara, the Divine Father. We've had Isis come in for one
High Priest
implant, High
Melchizedek.
Priest Melchizedek. So these are all people we work very closely with because we are part of the order of Melchizedek. We are also part of the Sisterhood of the Rose. We are agents of these two mystery schools, ancient mystery schools on planet Earth. And we are, one of our biggest missions on in this lifetime is to bring back ancient knowledge, is to bring back the keys and the codes and the activations and the upgrades to free humanity. So I'll give you a simple example of one of an implant. We've had so many implants. So what can an implant look like? So a sexual implant that was in me was removed it was right after our shift into Costa Rica retreat. So I would say about 2 years ago. Isis had just started working with me, and she is the most loving, unconditionally loving, divine mother. She's also very fierce. She's also very straight, direct, to the point, very loving, very powerful. And she teaches humanity how to get back on the path of ascension by freeing your sexual energy, your life force energy, your kundalini energy, which really is creation energy. So at the retreat, for the very first time, Isis channeled through me. And Siman was channeling his higher self. He channels Jesus, he channels Yeshua, he channels Metatron. Mainly Siman channels Metatron, and I channel Isis. So in the retreat, at our events, what we do is we raise the frequency so high through all the energy work we do. We set sacred intentions, we create an angelic portal. We also raise the vibration so that these angels, powerful angels, are able to descend and meet us where we are, to work powerfully with us. So at the event, at the Shift into Costa Rica retreat, which was a 7-day retreat with 18 people, it was absolutely magical, very, very powerful. We had life-changing transformations after that. Isis channeled through me, and I knew nothing about I knew nothing about these sexual implants that she was going to start training me on. We knew nothing about these ancient tantric practices to rise our consciousness that she then started training us on. It all started at the retreat.
Yeah.
And I remember right after the retreat, we were in Escazú, which is in Costa Rica. We were in a hotel, the Intercont. And I remember very clearly that there was this giant implant that we were able to spot because it was time for it to be healed and Isis was holding space. It was a giant cobra, completely dormant, wrapped in my intestines. It was wrapped in my intestines, and as soon as Siman saw it, he was giving me a healing. You want to tell them about that?
Yeah, I was literally giving her a regular healing, and at that time, we realized that ISIS was overshadowing us, and that doesn't happen all the time unless something major is
Major is
about to
happening,
happen.
yeah.
And then suddenly, I was looking into her sacral, and I saw a huge, I felt like I lifted off a seal of her sacral as if I had lifted off the lid of a container,
Like a
and
snake
suddenly
pit.
inside the container was a huge snake that literally looked like oh my god, why are you disturbing me? I've been sleeping here for like thousands of years. Like, what is this light? Like, it looked up like in
And
a
it was
very lazy,
lazy.
looked
Yes.
up in a very lazy way, like, oh, what's going on? Why am I waking up?
Yes.
And then
And it was
I was
100
like, what's
feet
going on, guides?
tall.
I asked my guides, what's going on? And they said, you just uncovered the snake pit. And this was just in my head. I hadn't mentioned a word to Eldora. And what did you say to me?
I said, "Oh my God, you've just uncovered the snake pit. I see a giant
Yeah,
100
she just
foot
said, I just
cobra.
saw a giant 100-foot
Python. Python.
snake.
I think it was a
Yeah,
python, that one.
it looked like a
And
python.
literally through this energy healing, it was asked to leave, and whoosh, over like 10 or 15 minutes, we were very insistent it left. But this was an implant that was placed within me many, 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 many lifetimes ago, maybe thousands of lifetimes ago, that was lying
To
dormant.
siphon the sexual energy.
And not only so, one thing was definitely to siphon the sexual energy, but before then and after then, there's been a huge difference in the way I feel about intimacy. Until then, for me, it was just a chore. I didn't have this desire for it. I didn't have this genuine, organic desire for it. Like, you know how most humans are very numbed down, very extremely numbed down in their sexual energy. You know why that is,
This affects
guys?
women especially.
Do you know why that is? Sexual energy is creation energy. It is one of the highest frequency energies there is on planet Earth. It is the energy of creation. So it's like prime creator source energy running in you, that's accessible to anyone and everyone. But these implants are placed to make us feel lethargic, make us feel bored, make us feel like, oh, sex is disgusting, or whatever the stories may be. So these implants are affecting us, believe it or not, in every walk of our lives. And I'm talking to every single one watching. Siman and I have gone through countless healings with the Ascended Masters for our implants to be removed, and we are being told that it is now time. We've been doing implant healings for a long time now, at least 7 years for people. We've also done many, many, many implant healings, even on our YouTube channel. I think there was one at our Costa Rica retreat. Like, we do this quite a lot. But guys, right now we're being told that this we need to up our game and do it, as all of us. We need to receive these healings as often as possible, because right now the dark is amping up their efforts to control and manipulate humanity through these
Yeah,
implants.
this is known in the biblical times as the final battle between the light and the dark. And this is the time when the dark forces or the agents that are left on Earth, they're just basically the people who are in power are the ones who are left. The power and control structures in the higher dimensions have been, the negative power control structures have been taken offline by the galactic forces.
What he means by left on Earth is like there are some dark powers still left on Earth, but the dark overlords no longer support
Yeah,
them.
basically, they don't have support from the higher dimensions anymore because, according to the laws of free will, these beings were violating the laws of the universe. So, by the decree of God, they've been escorted out of this universe. So, all that's remaining is a few pockets of darkness here and there in certain star systems. Earth is still, our solar system is still needing to be cleared. But most of the higher dimensions have already been cleared. They were negative uh, dimension 11 dark overlords, which were the fallen Elohim, which were actually very high agents of God initially, who helped create this universe, but then they fell into power, into corruption, and they started manipulating us. And because they knew all these technologies, they used Metatronic reversal technologies to implement all of these implants within our DNA to stop humanity from ascending. They feel that humans are the biggest threat to their existence because they feel that if humans ascend, and this was a revelation for me, if humans ascend, I was told by my guides, we're going to be more powerful than the Elohim.
And so they're threatened by us.
Think about that for a minute. If humans ascend, we're going to be more powerful than the Elohim, which are the creator gods. That's why certain creator gods, when humans were created 560 million years ago, when the human race was created, these creator gods went against. They made a vow to destroy humanity from then, and that's what started all the galactic wars. So now it's just these few agents of the dark that are left on the surface. They're like the presidents and the people who are behind the scenes controlling them, and they're going to amp up this final battle for the control of this planet in all ways possible. That's why psychic entities and all of these implants and seals, all of these devices are acting at their highest potential right now. And what they do is they turn light workers against each other. They'll make you think that someone who's an agent of the light is actually an evil person.
They'll confuse you.
They'll confuse you.
It's like an illusion that's placed over you.
They'll make you fearful. They'll make you act erratic. They'll make you act in anger
They'll
and
make you have
vengeance.
knee-jerk reactions. Like they'll make you, these implants are also very easy to make you completely go off your ascension path by making you have knee-jerk reactions that make no sense to you, but it'll feel like your heart is guiding you. It'll feel like your guides are
Yeah.
guiding you. And to a certain extent, you'll truly believe that because these implants will make it feel like if you stay on the path, it's going to get unbearable. These implants are acting up in humanity like never before. We have never seen this amount of interference of the dark ever.
Yeah.
Ever.
And I wanted to go into a bit more detail on what some of these implants are, and we're going to be we're going to be doing an implant and entity removal
Tomorrow, guys.
in our New Earth
Mark your
Mystery School
calendar.
tomorrow.
It's tomorrow. It's going to be a very powerful healing. It's going to be a 1-hour healing. We're going to start with a detailed slide lecture of what are implants, what are psychic entities, where are these implants placed. Like I gave you one example of a sexual implant. Another example I can give you is another implant that I've had removed was right here. It was an implant that was preventing me from seeing clearly.
Seeing the truth.
Seeing the truth. So it's illusionary
Cause veils
implants.
of illusion.
And all of us have these. We have several implants. And right now, our biggest ask from the angels, the guides, the ascended masters is to start doing these implant removals. And these are advanced healings. We're experts in this field. These are advanced healings, and we have a whole hierarchy of angels and light technicians, Metatronic light technicians that come down to assist us, which is why many of you, if you've attended our healings, you know they are extremely powerful. So this is something I ask you to prioritize. We're doing this tomorrow. It is I don't remember what time it is. I think it's at 10 or 11 a.m. EST. You can find all the details at www.eldorandsiman.love. Eldorandsiman.love. It's $88. So the way you register to this is you become a gold member of NEMS, which is the New Earth Mystery School. So NEMS, here's the good news. You can pay as you go. So if you do a monthly, many people ask us this. We get hundreds of emails saying, how does this work? So let me tell you. You pay $88 for a gold membership or $44 a month for a silver membership. We highly recommend the gold, especially if you're an astute student of spirituality. Once you pay the $88, you have an option to cancel anytime. It basically gets you a month, and in that month, you can get free access to all of our database. So all our events to date, all our activations, all our lectures, all our offerings, basically. After a month, let's say you decide to continue, there's an auto renew button. But if you decide to not continue, you can stop at any time. So basically you can pay as you go.
If you want to just join for this one event, you can join the gold membership this month today for 88 and then cancel before it renews. So basically that's equivalent of just attending one event for 88, plus you get all of our archive of all of our past events, which is a very rich database of knowledge.
And guys, this is an ask for you to put your ascension first right now. NEMS is a culmination of all of our guides. We channel the Order of Melchizedek, which is one of the highest, most ancient mystery schools in the universe.
These are teachings from the times of Atlantis that we are reviving for humanity. So this is our highest service at this time.
And let me see if there's anything else I want to say before I go there. So, there's another thing that's coming in right now. So when you join ancient mystery schools, there are multiple mystery schools. There are many on planet Earth. I'm not aware of others, but there are other ancient mystery schools of pure light as well on planet Earth. But there's many that have been tampered with. There was one in Toronto that was tampered with. I don't want to take the name here, but we went to check it out. It's a King Solomon kind of mystery school, and it's completely of the dark, and they have no clue. So this mystery school, when you join a mystery school, what happens? The word mystery school, it really brings back the knowledge, the ancient practices from Atlantis, from ancient Egypt. And Siman and I were high priestess and high priestesses in many of these lifetimes. We've done this before. We are here, agents of the light, to serve humanity in this way. This is our highest service. And when you join a mystery school, this is what happened for us. We got our initiations in Mount Shasta. We were called back 5 years back to back to back directly from High Priest Melchizedek. So High Priest Melchizedek, look him up. He's a very he's the so the order of Melchizedek is run or head are the three main teachers are High Priest Melchizedek, Lord Metatron, and Isis, Ascended Master Isis. These are our main guides, and Yeshua. These are our four main guides. When we went to Mount Shasta and started getting these initiations, we got them directly from the masters. We walked up this mountain called the Black Boot Mountain, where the Melchizedek energies are very high, and we got these activations. We started getting more and more and more guides, higher guides. And this is what's going to happen for you guys. When you join mystery schools of the light like this, and your heart will guide you, don't let these implants sway you in a direction away from this higher mission that you're here on. Don't let these implants trick you saying you don't have time, or you don't have the money, or you don't have the interest. These are all the jobs of the implants. What are implants? Implants are here to take you away from your highest path. They're here to steer you away from your higher self,
And keep you locked in the third dimension.
keep you locked in density, suffering, poverty, all of this. So when you join mystery schools such as NEMS, the New Earth Mystery School, you immediately get higher guides, new higher guides. You can at least get two guides right away from the higher realms. That's how it works. This is not a fairy tale. This is how mystery school works. When you get in and you show interest and you actually become part of this container that we call NEMS, you get new guides, you get higher guides as you go through your initiations. Meaning, let's say you spend a year with NEMS and you're feeling activated, you're feeling every month we meet two times, so your vibration is constantly being attuned, going up higher and higher. Every 2 weeks literally we meet. So you will get to a certain point, let's say 6 months from now or a year from now, where you'll get more guides, you'll get more powers. And I want to
Even
say
your
this
psychic abilities and
will go
gifts
through
will
the
start
roof.
expanding.
And so guys, my advice to you, my tips for you, my genuine prayer and blessing for you is, please do not play small. Please do not keep yourself stuck in your own little box. There is a whole universe. There's a whole universe waiting for you out there. We want you to join this universe. We want you to set yourself free.
And know that these implants and devices and even entity interference prevents you and gives you 100,000 reasons not to do what's good for you. For
Yes.
example, as a healer, used to see many clients, and when I realized that they have a very powerful healing coming when there's an entity about to be removed, and my guides are telling me prepare for this client. Suddenly, I would get a call, "Hey, I can't make it," or "Hey, my
Yes.
car broke down," or
Yes. I
"Sorry,
have
my
a flat
plans
tire.
changed."
Every
Yeah,
time it would
something big
happen.
was about to happen, and I'm preparing all my operation theater, all my psychic tools for the surgery, and suddenly they would cancel. And this happens on repeat. Why does
Yes.
it happen? Because when you're about to make a really huge jump towards your ascension, that's when your implants, they deter you from the path. That's what they're designed to do.
And I also want to say, before we go into the kind of seals and all of that, is that Siman and I, before we even started our YouTube channel, the guides, Yeshua, Melchizedek, Metatron, and Isis, these four guides worked extensively on us,
Yeah,
especially the first three divine fathers. They worked extensively on us. You know why? Our mission is way too powerful for us to ever be corrupted by the dark, or for us to ever be influenced by the dark, forever these implants to take us off the
to
path.
deter
So
us.
they've removed 99% of our implants, to the point where we were then said, okay, we were then advised or guided in 2019 of November, just before COVID hit, to start a YouTube channel, because now we're safe. We're no longer corruptible. We're no longer swayable, because these implants have been removed, and now this is what we're bringing for you. So put this first. I love you guys, and I cannot wait to see you tomorrow. And let's get into some
Yeah.
Templar seals.
Okay, so these are some of the implants we're going to be removing tomorrow, and I just wanted to educate you guys on how this works. So, one of the types of implants are called the Templar Axion seals. They're sixth and seventh dimensional genetic alterations, and the Templar Axion seals were placed in humanity around 10,000 BC and 3500 BC by the Ammonite and Azurite families. These seals prevent the ascension of humanity through the halls of Amenti, and they affect the majority of the population. The halls of Amenti are a stargate portal of Earth. That's what makes Earth such a valuable resource for the negative beings, because whoever controls the halls of Amenti basically can control the entire universe through that Stargate portal.
Tell them a bit more about Halls of Amenti. I bet they
I'll
want to
go
know.
into I'll go into a bit more detail in another video.
Fine.
We want to make a video just about the halls of
I would
Amenti.
love
But the
that.
halls of Amenti are in the inner Earth. They're in the core of Earth, and they are a dimensional gateway which was installed in the core of Earth millions of years ago to allow humanity to ascend. Because Earth was such a dark place that it was impossible for anyone to ascend from this dimension to higher dimensions. So, what the galactic beings did was they installed a Stargate technology called the Halls of Amenti in the core of inner Earth. And uh, that Stargate portal, the Halls of Amenti, are connected to the Sphinx. They're also connected to many of the chakra points of the Earth. And it is said that under the left paw of the Sphinx, there's a stairway, like a dimensional stairway, not a physical stairway, but a dimensional stairway which you can access through your consciousness and reach the halls of Amenti. So let's say it's time for me to ascend. Let's say I've done all my ascension work. Let's say I've healed myself and I've done all my homework. One day, my guides will take me on an astral journey to Egypt. And it hasn't happened yet, but I'm keeping my fingers crossed. But this is what happens. This is how you actually ascend. So people ask, what is ascension? This is the actual process. And Thoth describes it in his emerald tablets. So Thoth actually went in the halls of Amenti, and he came into a very dark hall. And this was Thoth describing his own ascension process. And he said, I stood there before many masters who were tall beings. And the masters, these were the sons of the light. These masters vouched for Thoth in front of a dark being. This dark being was the one who takes a soul when they die and takes them to the afterlife. So these sons of the light took Thoth and said, this is a brother of ours, and he's completed all of his ascension curriculum, and he needs to be freed of the cycle of life and death. And we vouch for him, and we want you to make him immortal. So the Dark Lord, which was the Lord of Death, still not a dark being, not a negative being. He was just in charge of death. That's why he was all dark, and Thoth could just see like a veil around him, but he could not see his face. It was just like eternal blackness, as he describes it. And he said that Dark Lord uttered a word, and it vibrated through Thoth's entire being, and that word basically freed him of the cycle of life and death and made him immortal. And since then, Thoth has become been an immortal being. And immortal being does not mean that your physical body never dies. What an immortal, because if your physical body never dies, that's actually a trap. You want your physical body to die. But what being immortal means is that you have ascended and your consciousness never dies. It means you can take a new physical body and remember all of your past lives. So that's what ascended masters are. They can take a physical body, live for thousands of years, and when they're done with that physical incarnation, they can just transition out of that body and then take a new appearance in a new dimension. So
At
basically,
will.
their consciousness is free to jump from one body to another at will. So they lead lives of tens of thousands of years, and they incarnate on different planets, or sometimes they just hover around in the higher dimensions. Sometimes there's also a city of the ascended masters. Sometimes they go live there. So it basically frees you of the cycle of the planet. You're no longer trapped inside one incarnational cycle in the planet.
And that's where all of us are
All of
going.
us are
We're
going there.
going there. We've been
So
shown
that's
timelines
what the
where it's
halls of
coming.
Amenti are. You're going to be
Yes.
presented in the hall at the time of your ascension, and you have to be vouched for by all these lords of light who are from inner earth, watching each and every one of us. They know each and every one of our history,
Our
and
good
they
deeds,
know
they know our
good
pious,
deeds,
they
our
know
bad deeds. They're like
everything.
Santa Claus. They know if you've been happy. They know if you've been naughty.
Yes,
So that's
yes.
the actual Santa Claus. So
Of the
based
light.
off the
That's a bad analogy, but
so
you guys get the point.
Back to the Templar Axion seals. They create distortions in the astral, mental, and emotional bodies, and they lock your consciousness in the third dimension. So you see how these seals actually prevent your ascension. Then there's Zeta seals. Zeta seals have been placed in humanity around 1748 AD, like in the year 1748. And they were placed there by the Zeta Reculi and the Zeta Greys. These are negative extraterrestrial beings from the Orion star system. And these beings have no emotions. They're very cold beings. They even appear cold. You may have seen like these gray beings with like big black eyes with no emotions.
Star Trek.
Those are the grays.
Yes.
Yeah. So what they've done is they're also responsible for human abductions and cattle mutilations. So they do a lot of genetic manipulation of humanity by taking abductees and doing genetic experiments on them. And what they did is to prevent humanity's ascension, they removed the second and third overtones of the fourth DNA strand. You know how we have 12 DNA strands? We haven't even, most of humanity is still in two strands or three strands of active DNA. When we reach our fourth strand, there's two and three overtones in the fourth strand that if they're removed, you're unable to access your higher self, which means you never get guided, which means you're never able to connect with your divinity.
And a lot of light workers right now, a lot of people say we don't have the kind of guidance. And you know why that is? It's because of all these seals and implants that are active.
Yeah,
There's only
everyone
so
has
much
these.
you can do. There is so much you can do for sure. Let's say you never get an implant healing. Can you ascend?
No.
The answer is no. Let's say you never get
If
an
you've
implant.
never had these implants removed, you cannot ascend. That's the shocking truth. Like people will say, well, that can't be true because of this, and this reason. It's simply no.
Because logically, yeah, people can argue 100 things. But in our experience, in our honest experience, these implant removals are what have, you know how we are so activated and we're online? Saman and I, we can host festivals, we can do this, we can host the mystery school. We just have,
We're leading life at a superhuman pace.
we're leading life at a
Anyone else would be
superhuman.
shook in our
Anyone
shoes.
else in our vortex cannot handle the pace that Saman and I go through. But you know why that is? It's not because we're special or any such thing. It's because we are more activated. It means that more of our DNA strands have come online, more of our implants have been removed. And this is where humanity is heading. We are octaves ahead of light workers, and we are octaves ahead. A lot of people mistake our humility for our weakness, but let me tell you, in all humility, we are octaves ahead in consciousness than the rest of the light workers that we see all around us. And why is that? Because we have come
Because
here.
we've got these technologies and we've done this work and we've removed all of these implants and we've actually shifted so fast and so far
It's
in
like
our
magic.
ascension that we literally feel like we're not human anymore. We don't
Yes.
associate with human
And we
behavior.
feel more like our higher selves right now, literally. You know, the other day our guides said to Siman, you know what they said? Something so beautiful. They said, when you start doing everything in life in accordance to your higher self's will, everything, what you eat, when you wake up, when you go for a jog, when you go to the gym, when you do a water fast, everything, like when you wake up to work on music. Saman sometimes wakes up at 4 a.m. to work on music because his higher self says go do it now. When you listen to your higher self at that level, you become your higher self on planet Earth. And we are seeing the physical representation of that on planet Earth. We are literally amongst the first on planet Earth who have accessed this. Amongst the first. I'm sure there are more. We don't know of these people, but I'm sure there are more. They may not be YouTubers, they may not be famous personalities, but we're accessing higher self-consciousness, and this is our invitation to every single one watching. It is possible.
And you guys are not decades behind us. This is very achievable for you. We've achieved this in 7 years, but we've had a very, very challenging, difficult, and accelerated rate of ascension.
And we've also had a lot of help from the Ascended Masters.
A lot.
So don't have 7 years as your goal.
Yeah.
But remove
But if
all.
you put your mind to it, what I'm trying to say is you can achieve this in your lifetime.
Absolutely. And don't get bogged down by the when and the how. Just know that opportunities will come knocking on your doorstep, and all you have to do is say yes. All
Yeah.
you have to do is say yes. And all you have to do is say to your higher self, right now, like if you're worried about ego manipulation, say, I ask my higher self, I command my guides, my angels, my Markaba, I command my Markaba to remove all veils right now so that I can see clearly and make decisions in accordance to my higher self. I am choosing my higher self's path. I am choosing the path of my highest joy. I am choosing the path of my highest mastery. I am choosing evolution. I am choosing ascension. You keep saying these powerful activations, your guides will give you synchronicities. If you don't have the money, they will connect you with money, because money is also energy exchange. Money is energy exchange, and money is a very important part of energy exchange. It's very important. So if somebody says, I can't do this because I don't have the money, you can. You just have to learn how to
You just
command
have
the
to
universe,
draw money out of
the
thin air
quantum
into your life.
field.
And that's very
Yes.
possible. We've actually released abundance meditations where we teach you how to draw money out of thin air. And it's money is just energy. So when you pull in the energy of abundance and money into your life suddenly starts to become abundant. You literally will feel like, oh my God, I haven't done anything and there's a job opportunity just dropped in my
And
lap.
so many people, even in the festival, somebody commented, like he joined NEMS, this amazing guy, Shane. He joined the New Earth Mystery
Oh
School, and
yeah, tell that
every
story. It was
time he
so
kept, I wish I
powerful.
had the phone, I would
No,
read it
just
out.
narrate the
His
story.
message was so beautiful. So he joined the New Earth Mystery School, and for some reason he kept being highlighted to us. So there was one time, last time we brought him on camera, and we at the thought event. The thought event was extremely powerful. So if you join the New Earth Mystery School, even for a month, make sure you check out the thought event. That one event will change your lives because it's so powerful. We teach you guys how to live life
The
like your higher
seven
self.
hermetic principles of thought.
It's priceless, guys.
It's
It's
very
priceless. The
powerful.
New Earth Mystery School teachings are priceless. So check it out. And so Shane came on screen, and the very next day, all of our Croatia guests pooled in money to give a free ticket to someone, and they said choose whoever, and we chose Shane. So Shane came on the chat, and he's like, you know what, guys, this is literally the quantum field. I came in here not knowing how the hell I would ever go to Croatia, and you guys gave me a free ticket. Fine. Second, I was chosen. Second, I had no idea how I would pay for the flight. And my father, long story short, he says, my father literally said, okay, that's fine. I'm just going to give you this money for your flight. So somehow the flight happened. And then he said, I had no idea how to manifest a room. And somebody within the Croatia chat literally said, you know what, paid forward. I'm going to book you a double room. So you get a spot. And Shane was like, why is he getting me a double room? Am I supposed to bring my son? And he said, no, paid forward. You can then give someone else the room.
And
So
then his passport had expired, and he was like, I have no idea how I'm going to renew my passport in time. And he said, I just got my passport application expedited and I'm ready to go. I've got my plane ticket,
just
got
like
my
that.
hotel room, and everything was literally dropped into his lap. So, this is how abundance opens up. You think it's impossible, but it's very possible. Magic happens every day.
Yes. So we look forward to seeing you tomorrow. I don't know the exact time, but it's on the website. Say yes to yourself. Put yourself first. This healing is going to be powerful. We know
It's
it.
going to
We
be
feel it.
life changing,
It's going to
guys.
be powerful like there's no tomorrow. I feel it. I'm only speaking with energy. Like I'm feeling it. And you know why this power is coming through right now? Because of how much humanity needs it. So we will see you tomorrow. As soon as you register, you will get all the details of how to attend. It's going to be hosted on live Zoom video. So you'll be seeing
And a
us. We
replay
can
is
see you.
available. So anyone who misses the live event, they can actually watch the replay of this healing and get equally the same benefits as if you were there live.
Yes.
And also, we're going to be encoding this particular healing because it's so important. We're going to be encoding it in such a way that anytime you want to repeat the healing will be equally powerful. So implants are like onion layers of an onion. They cannot be
Yes.
removed in one shot. They have to be removed layer by layer because every time you remove an implant, so much more light comes into your body, which has been blocked for thousands of years, that it takes you a couple of months to integrate that healing.
And then a new layer
Yeah. So
presents
after
itself.
3 months of integration, let's say you do the healing tomorrow and then you integrate for 3 months and you adjust to your new reality and you see, okay, now more opportunities, more doorways are opening up for me. I'm thinking more clearly. I'm feeling more abundant. Then you do the healing again. Then a new implant will be removed and then you integrate it again. So this is how we're encoding it so that you can repeat this healing as many times as you want.
Yes. We love you, soul family.
We'll see you soon.
We send you so much love. We send you so much love. Just bask in the peace. Right now, bask with us. peace is right here with all our love. See you tomorrow.